Coming up on Hawk TV, we take a look at the chamber orchestra selection process,
the official return of a senior tradition,
and a teacher's adjustments these last 2 years.
Good morning, Hebron High School. I'm Ava Caballero Romo.
And I'm Malal Oldu.
And this is Hawk TV for Friday, May 13th.
As new members for the chamber orchestra are chosen for the next school year, Hannah Park takes a closer look into what chamber orchestra entails.
Chamber orchestra is the varsity orchestra at Hebron. Orchestra director Matthew Cadavar talks about how the chamber orchestra differentiates from the other orchestras.
The other orchestras also play challenging music, but that's more of a stepping stone for them to possibly make chamber one day.
Junior Daniel Abraham, the future orchestra president and chamber member for next year, has been playing for 7 years. He says continuing to improve helps him stay motivated.
Thinking of things that are just like, well, what would, the director expect me to do? Like, whether it's like go like even higher on my instrument, like skill-wise, or even just like pitch-wise, because it's...
While chamber orchestra has a reputation of being more strict, senior and current orchestra president Anthony King disagrees and says that while it is a challenge, it isn't all what people say.
A lot of people do say that it seems more strict or you don't have as fun in chamber that you do in orchestras. I don't really think so. I think it's the same all throughout the other orchestras.
Cadavar and Abraham say the end of the year is important as the seniors who lead chamber graduate.
The springtime is always bittersweet. We celebrate all the great things that happen throughout the year, but then we also say goodbye to our seniors and send them off on their next adventures.
Especially like upperclassmen who've like inspired me to do better and to have something that I continue to work at.
As Abraham's senior year approaches, he says he is excited to join chamber.
Kind of like relieving to know that the amount of work that I've put in over the past couple of years has shown at least some sort of progress, and then another part of me just like thought like it's a responsibility that you just kind of have to get over and just be prepared to show up and do that.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Hannah Park.
Thanks, Hannah. If you see Daniel Abraham, congratulate him in his new role as orchestra president.
As the school year comes to a close, teachers are still recovering from burnout during the recent unusual pandemic times. Malal Oldu takes a look into closer efforts coming from an experienced teacher and a first year.
English teacher Donna Friend, who has worked at Hebron since it opened in 1999, says what she wishes students can grasp over the years of being an educator.
I wish they knew how much we want to be here. I'm constantly on my social media inviting people into my classroom. I want the community to see you, to see students, and to see how incredible you are and all the things that you can do. I think that the community has no idea how cool y'all are, and I think you would just blow them away. And I'd like the outside world to see that as teachers, most of us love what we're doing. We love being here because y'all are so much fun, and I just wish more folks would come in and see it.
The changes over the last few years have forced teachers to adapt. First-year teacher Julia Gamble says evaluating her work is something she does constantly, and Leah Boyd, who's the daughter of a teacher, has seen her mom's work from home.
I think to be a good teacher, it has to be constantly changing because, the world is changing, students are changing, and I have the set goal of making sure that my kids are getting what they need. But it's little things like my goal in the beginning of the semester, once I really felt comfortable, like, oh, I accomplished this, then I didn't just keep going. I was like, I need to create a new goal so I can get better and better.
They put in the hours like in and out of school. Like every day my mom's doing something to like help her students. We're staying late after school. We're redoing tests that a kid needs to retake. Like it's so much time and effort that people don't know about. They think that like that teachers go home and like sit on the couch, and that's just not the reality of what happens, and they like always working.
Even with the frustrations that any job can have, Gamble and friends say there are moments when they recognize what they've accomplished.
Some days it can be really hard just because it seems like a lot of things are coming at you. But then like one thing will happen and it makes it all, like one thing good will happen, and then you're like, oh, that was worth it.
Once upon a time, I told students that I wanted the corner office with the big windows and my name on the desk, and they pointed out that I have the corner office in this classroom, and I do have windows, and my name's on the door. And I didn't realize I'd made it, I guess, until they said that.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Malat Oldu.
Thanks, Malat. Finish the year strong, Hawks. And don't forget, finals will be the 24th and 25th.
As the year comes to a close, we went around the halls and asked students some random questions. Let's take a look.
What's up, guys? My name is Alex. We're going to go around Hebron and ask people random questions. This is Hawks in the Halls. Excuse me, miss. For a piece of candy, name a Christmas song that doesn't exist.
I don't know.
That's good enough. For a piece of candy, what's your opinion on Hawk TV?
I don't even watch Hawk TV, but
Nobody does, but here's a piece of candy. For a piece of candy, is it always sunny in Philadelphia?
yes.
That's right, here's a piece of candy, you got it correct. Have you had your hearing tested lately? No? Take one, it's yours. Sir, for a piece of candy, how many exits are there in your home? 0.
Thank you.
For a piece of candy, how many toddlers could you beat up in a fight?
I could take about 10 of them.
That's what's up.
Thanks, bro. See you later. Thanks, Alex. See you later, man.
For a piece of candy, what's heavier, a pound of steel or a pound of feathers?
Weigh the same thing. They weigh the same thing. Pound.
But steel's heavier than feathers.
But they're both a pound.
For a piece of candy, have you ever visited the Chinatown section in a major city?
No, I haven't, but I'll take the candy. Thank you.
You're welcome. For a piece of candy, would you rather fight 100 goose-sized bears or a bear-sized goose?
A bear-sized goose.
That's the correct answer. For a piece of candy, what really happened?
I don't know. What really happened? The Big Bang Theory? I don't know. Thank you.
For a piece of candy, LeBron or MJ?
MJ.
For a piece of candy, what's your opinion on triangles?
It's a shape.
Very nice. And that's all the time we have for Hawk in the Halls. Be sure to tune in.
Thanks to everyone who participated.
With the end of the year in sight, there is at least one thing to look forward to: the girls' Powder Puff football game. Emma Garcia takes a look into the preparation for the game.
Powder Puff is a flag football game between junior and senior girls. Senior and coach Fred Ware says that the coaches are meant to help the girls figure out the positions and rules of the game.
Basically, as coaches, we just we split up and we teach them all the positions of football, offense and defense, and then we just go and play 7-on-7. They learn the game, the girls learn the game, and then we kind of just guide them and teach them about football.
Ware says that this year will be different due to the fact that the senior girls have experience from last year.
This year, well, all the girls already played last year, and we'll have some new ones as well, but we'll have a little experience on our side. And yeah, it's a little bit more organized this year as well, so that'll be cool. And then we'll be on the main field at Hebron playing.
Senior Khalees Armstrong says that she likes events towards the end of the school year because they help revive school spirit.
Since it's like towards the end of the year, everyone's like getting tired and ready to like for school to be over and they have no motivation. So I feel like having events towards the end of the year kind of get people more excited and I guess ready for the end of the year, so people have a bit more school pride, because I know it's like really big in the beginning of the school year and then it dies really quickly when it's like time for school to be over. So hopefully this gets everyone excited again for school.
Senior Parker Coe says that she is looking forward to Powder Puff because it's another opportunity to make memories of her senior year.
Just memories senior year, because senior year's kind of gone by super fast, and especially this last month of May, there's just been a lot of things going on. So just adding another thing like Powder Puff to it is super exciting.
I think for me, I just think it's another opportunity for me to have fun and like enjoy my last couple weeks at school, because you only get to be a senior for obviously 1 year, so you got to enjoy as much as you can. And so I think being in Powder Puff is just really fun, and I'm excited to be with my friends and compete.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Emma Garcia.
Thanks, Emma. The Powder Puff game will be after school on Tuesday.
On April 22nd, band director Andy Seeley was chosen as the 2022 LASD Secondary Teacher of the Year. Libby Newton takes a look into how Seeley's past accomplishments have led him to this award.
Director Andy Seeley first realized he wanted to become a band director in his last few years of college. After his first job at Ira Ann in West Texas, he heard about an opening in a new position in 2003.
A friend of mine called me back in 2003 and said, hey, there's this job opening in Louisville. The school hasn't been open very long and the band's really small and fledgling, but I think there's an opportunity there and we'd like for you to come look at it. So I came and looked at the position, and I thought the potential, the upside, was enormous for the program. If we could get some things in place over the long term, that the room for growth and the pathway for really excellence was out there and available to us.
Director Travis Pruitt and senior Sean Simpson said they are inspired by his leadership.
I knew right away that this was a special place and that the students here are special and that he was a special person and a great leader, and I knew that from the moment I started working here.
He just never stops. He never quits. He's always doing something, and I aspire to be able to do that, because I don't know how he does that, but the ability to just keep going is really, really impressive to me.
Sophomore Katie Query and new director Brock Alsvar say they think he deserves this award because of his hard work and dedication to the band program.
I wasn't that surprised because he's done really well this year with us. He's just been a really good director these past years. But I was really happy for him and the whole band program, because it's kind of a win for everybody, because it shows how his leadership has impacted us and how we've all grown a lot this year.
It's something that he really deserves because of the dedication and the amount of time that he puts into this program. He has definitely built this program to the program that it is today.
Simpson and Pruitt say Seeley has a unique ability to motivate students and colleagues to be proud of their work no matter the outcome.
Before we won state, before we went out and marched that state competition, he had a really good speech, and it really inspired me, and it made me do my best on that field, and we won.
The way he wraps things up and sums things up, with the hard work a season takes or a concert cycle or whatever, the way he wraps all that up and puts a bow on it and makes it special, even no matter the outcome, is really something I enjoy getting to watch and witness. That connection to the work and the process that's been going on through the entire year.
Alcivar says Seeley has been a good role model to him and the students. Seeley says it's important to keep standards while also understanding the students and their needs.
I would say Mr. Seeley is not about the success, he is about impacting his students, because being in band is just more about making music. It's about creating student leaders, creating good people, and he is definitely setting the example for his kids to be successful in the future.
You have standards about what you're doing, and to really try to pass those things on to the students, to be respectful of that, of their efforts, and try to see things through their lens sometimes, but also keeping a standard and keeping a work ethic, and trying really hard to expect the best of kids and find ways to get the best out of them.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Libby Newton.
Thanks, Libby. If you see Seeley in the hallway, make sure to congratulate him.
With a 13-game win streak on the line for the Hebron softball team, they prepare for a 3-game series against Marcus this weekend after beating Richardson in the area round of playoffs last Friday. Reagan Mitchell takes a closer look.
The softball team was not able to bond like they used to. Junior catcher Zoe Bowen says the ability to bond has helped the team's success this year.
I think so. I think we know each other better this year, and that helps on the field because we're able to pick each other up when we get down. We're able to do team dinners again because of we weren't able to last year from COVID, and so this year we've been able to do that, and that's affected us in a really good way.
Now, 3 rounds deep into the playoffs, sophomore pitcher Lucy Crowder says making it this far has been significant to the team.
But we have never been past round 1 since 2014, so that has really been a big thing for us. So going this far is really important to us.
With new practice techniques and a new coach, the softball team was able to overcome predictions about their play this season.
I think because we won district, we were predicted to be 5th, so it's pretty cool that we were able to go and kind of prove everyone wrong by going and getting 1st.
Crowder explains how they better prepare for upcoming games.
We've seen Marcus before, but we usually go out and scout the game that they've already played, or we get video from other teams. So we go off of the video, and then we go off of the pitcher, and then if she pitches more outside, we work outside, pitches inside, we work inside, basically that, and then we just work on where they hit the ball and where we need to have the pitches and where they're not strong suits.
Second base Shori Wynn explains their new practice techniques that have helped the team win round after round.
I think we have been focusing a lot in on the details, so we're very consistent when we play, and that's helped us to get this far.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Reagan Mitchell.
Thanks, Reagan. The team played Game 1 of a 3-game series against Marcus last night and plays again tonight at 7:15 at Frisco Lone Star High School and at 1 p.m. on Saturday if necessary.
In other sports news, the girls' golf team competes for a 2nd straight state title Monday and Tuesday at Legacy Hills Golf Course in Georgetown.
And football's spring game is next Wednesday at 7 p.m. at the Woodshed.
That's it for today's episode. I'm Malat Woldu.
And I'm Ava Caballero Remo.
And we're signing off
for the very last time.
Have any story suggestions? Our email's down below.
And make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Have a good summer.